Hey guys, welcome back. This time we don't have a table, but we do have a graph from which we will be forming an equation. Now we can see that this graph is a little bit different than usual. On the x-axis here we have time in hours, and on the y-axis we have C for cost. And I don't know why I've put cost in brackets. That should really be dollars. Okay, so we have cost versus time. Now this is a straight line graph, and as you now know, the equation of a straight line graph is y equals mx plus c. Now, depending on which country you're in, it might be y equals mx plus b. I like to use c here because this c here stands for the constant on the end. That's our y-intercept. And the m stands for the gradient. When we're working out the equation of a line, the easiest thing to start with is our y-intercept because we can actually see it right there. In this case, our y-intercept is 60. So in our equation, we have y equals mx plus 60. The next part to deal with is that gradient. The way to do this is to pick 2 points on the graph that is easy to spot. A point like this is not very good because I don't know where that is. It's like, what, 2.2 and 150, something like that. I'm not really sure. So instead, I'm going to look into the background grid and see if I can pick at least 2 points that I can easily identify. So right at the end here on the 6 here, if we look up that 6, we can see that this crossing point is at 300 on the y-axis. So I'm going to choose that point. Another point that I can easily see is, well, there's 0.60. That's usually a good point to choose, and I do recommend that you choose that, but I'm not going to choose that because I want to choose something else so that the math is a little bit more clear in these notes. So between 2 and 4, right in between, we have 3, and if we go up from 3, we can see this point here, which corresponds to the number 180. The gradient is the difference in height between these 2 points versus the distance across. So this height between these 2 points is from 180 up to 300, which is 120. And the distance across between these 2 points is from 3 up to 6, which is 3. Now the gradient, m, can be found by the equation rise over run. And in science class, you might know that better as delta y over delta x. It means exactly the same thing. The delta there means the change in, and the y means y values, so the change in y values. In other words, the height between these 2 points. The delta x is the change in x values, so the difference between these 2 points. So our delta y is 120 in this case, and how far across is 3. Putting that together, we get m equals 120 divided by 3, which is 40. So that is the value of m. Once we have that, we can put that into our equation, y equals 40x plus 60, and we are done.